Franchise Mode Season 3 tonight. That is the plan. That is what we're rolling with today. I'm just going to tweet out the link. And there we go. We are good. I made a few changes to the roster this season. Oh god. Oh god. First of all, friends, let's change this up. Y is clearly not a fit for the first line. Neither is Jaskalainen. Golly. Jurgen Klinge. Jeez. Okay, so this new head coach that I have, unfortunately, isn't very good for the team. But here we are. Here's the roster. Ford is only 22, former 8th overall pick of the Canes. I'm expecting really big things from him this season. Zhao kind of is what he is. He's a great NHL player, but yeah, I can't really be having some of these guys just like taking up space on the first pair or on the first line. I kind of screwed myself over this past year by not having enough players, but I think we're more than okay with what we have. Defense is getting there. I was hoping that these two players would have been better, but it's fine. Goaltending is still a bit of a struggle. Chris Miracle obviously regressing pretty hard, so I would not at all be surprised if this is our last season in Canes Twitter franchise mode. After that, we'll probably just start and go ahead and do season 4. Yeah. So in an effort to make this thing go by as quickly as possible, because this will most likely be our last season, we'll just, get everything going. If it's not our last season, I may just pull the plug early and give approximations as to where players will end up. It's gotten to the point where, obviously we've done everything we wanted to do. Most of the created players have retired or will retire this next season. So I just don't see the point in continuing after this year, but, it's fine. So, everything is fine. I'm not really going to worry about drafting or developing players, because I am in the last 2 seasons of Canes Twitter franchise mode. Asher Ford out with a concussion. It's fine. We'll just keep the team rolling throughout the season. Whatever fits doesn't. I couldn't sign my head coach. So had to hire a new one. I think I made the wrong choice. But it's fine. I didn't really pay much attention to it because, once again, why bother? We have more than enough. We've already won 3 Stanley Cups this run through. I think we're fine. Projected to go first overall is Randy Chiodo, a center. That's a playmaker. Cool. No gems. You know what? I think in an effort to save time, I'm not even going to look at the draft, because there's no point. None of those prospects will make the NHL team because we are ending this season. Zhao also out with an injured groin, so I'm missing my 2 middle 6 centers. Not ideal, but the Canes keep chugging along here. Zhao's already back, so look at that. A heavier schedule this month. We've already played 10 games. We have 13 games in the first month. We typically don't have that many. We're typically one of the lower end teams in terms of games played, but it's fine. Everything's cool. Seems like we're winning. Well, Ford's back. So everybody's healthy now, which is great news. But yeah, I'm surprised Philip Hedl is still in the game. Natchez retired 2 years ago, and Hedl was drafted in the same year. He is like a little younger. He was one of the younger end players in that draft, but still kind of crazy to think about. Playing our season series against Vegas, we already won the first game against them in November, and we lost, so tough. Alright, well, we're still winning the majority of our games. We still have, quite a bit of the season left, but after the first month of the year, I'm fairly happy with our performance. Everything is going fine so far. Yeah, I'm happy with the team. Hopefully some of the players that I put on the roster develop and improve and kind of carry the team a little bit through the second half when we start seeing some regression from Chris. Other than that, can't think of anything else, to be honest. Yeah, I'm just hoping we continue to push forward and make everything good. Two nothing win. Excuse me, against the Washington Capitals is really good. Yeah, losing a handful of games here. We've lost 4 of our last 5, which is kind of a bummer, but we're going for obviously, we're going for one last Stanley Cup in this run. We're going to try our best to make sure that the Canes make the playoffs and at least make it past the first round, which we've not been able to do these past 2 years. An injury will bring some changes to the lineup, which as of late, we've needed some change, so perhaps it kind of sparks something important, or at least just something meaningful as far as change on this roster is concerned. But a 15-8-1 record is really good. Calvin Yell out with an injured thumb for just a couple days, so not too bad. Probably just hurt it while catching a shot or something. It happens. New draft rankings, again, I'm just going to skip through these. Cizikas is back in the lineup, so no changes need to be made. And we get 2 wins now, so congrats. Klinga out with an injured foot, but again, just for a couple days, we got to call somebody up. It looks like a shootout win against the Kings is not bad. Canes with a 3-game winning streak. Jan Anton, I don't know, who cares? On waivers, doesn't matter. Canes with their 4th straight win, their 3rd straight outside of regulation, but all were against Western Conference teams, but they get the 5th win as well against a Western Conference team. Klinga out with an injured foot again, this time till the 22nd, so out for another week. 6 straight wins now with that win against the Sens. Can we make it 7? We cannot, so we lose against the Dallas Stars at home, breaking the win streak. Trying to finish out the 3-game homestand on a win. Klinga is back for the game against the Capitals, I believe. Bennett McLeod out with a broken right foot, so that sucks. But yes, the Canes ended their homestand with a win, going on a 5-game road trip, starting that off with a win against the Caps and a win against Buffalo, so already getting 4 out of 10 points on the road is quite good. Going up against Tampa, one of the worst teams in the league this year, and we lose to them. We always lose to the bad teams, don't know why. Maybe it's because I acknowledge it. And we won against the Islanders, and we lost to Dallas. So 6 out of 10 points on the road trip. You got the majority of the points. Still not ideal, but I'll take that as opposed to the alternative. But Canes winning another game against the Islanders, keeping the Islanders towards the bottom of the division. And we're playing against the Kings. There's a win. So the Flyers, Islanders, and Devils are the lowest teams in the division this year. The Flyers and Devils, not too bad still, but not great. Grayson Wise out with an injured neck, so that's a big loss to the team. Wise was, I'm sure, having a great season. So the Canes will need him to come back, but there's another win. And Grayson Wise is already back. Oh, I guess it wasn't that long. Huh. It's a little too early. He was supposed to come back the 15th, and it's only the 9th. Now it's the 10th, but yikes. Okay. Luckily, if he does get hurt in these next few games, we have the All-Star break coming up so that he can recover from an injury, but it looks like he's okay. Draft rankings are probably coming up pretty soon, and I'm gonna just skip through them. I'm not even gonna take a brief look at the draft because as soon as the season's over, we're just gonna stop, wipe everything, and then, yeah, start Season 4 of Canes Twitter franchise mode. No new additions this time around. It seems like people have kind of lost interest in this. I'm really just streaming this because I think it's fun. And if anybody watches, shoot, Force of Habit for the draft rankings. We'll take a look. If anybody watches, then, you know, it's just a bonus. That's probably a low top 6 forward. But, yeah. Alright. So, Canes riding a 4-game win streak, make it 5 with that win against the Panthers. 6 games now against the Sharks. Can we go for 7, which would be our longest win streak of the season? We cannot. So again, a Western Conference team breaks our win streak. This time it's Calgary that does it. Looking to build another streak, though, against Anaheim at home. Quick 3-game homestand. Winnipeg firing Reed Lockhart, their head coach. And we do get that first home win of... Oh no, this is a longer homestand than that. Max Pohl out with the injured with back spasms. He is a new addition to the team. If you remember, he was on the Calder Cup winning Charlotte Checkers this past year. Islanders making a trade to get better for some reason. And we did lose to Edmonton. I saw there. Scott traded from Ottawa to the New York Rangers. That's a huge trade. So Scott will likely finish his career as a New York Ranger. And there we go. Getting 2 wins after losing to the Oilers. So Ottawa clearly missing Sarai and a few other players that they had retire in the past few years, and they decided to trade Scott, who could very well retire at the end of this year. Trey Cash, I did see that he got traded. I forgot who it was to. It was to Buffalo. I just checked the stream. So yeah, Ottawa played them back-to-back nights, a home and home, and the Canes whipping ass there. Playing against Buffalo, that's a 7-1 loss. That's a team I don't want to face in the playoffs. So playing against Toronto now. Toronto, I believe, did not have any of their created players retire either. Could be wrong, but I think I'm right. There's a 4-2 win against Toronto. We've only had a handful of created players retire. We had quite a few last season and a couple the first season, but this is typically the year. Let's see, everybody is going to be... Let's see, it is 19 years since the draft year, so everybody is 37 now, I believe. So 37 and 38 is typically where people retire. If we need to play through another season, I will, but I can't see it happening. But we'll have to see. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Trade deadline is almost upon us, so we are already close to the end of the season. And playing against the Rangers here one more time. The Rangers getting, obviously, Scott in that trade. And it looks like we win. All right. So the Canes, obviously one of the teams to beat in the league this year with 45 wins already. And I wouldn't be surprised to see us clinching a playoff spot fairly soon. It's early March, I know. But yeah, nope, Canes are already a 100-point team, and we are in the playoffs. So congrats to the Canes on that. Draft rankings, sure, what the heck? Why not? We know nothing about a whole lot of these guys. My scouting staff sucks. Now, I had a really great scouting staff, and it just kind of fell apart, but we have 2 goalie gems in addition to the 2 we already had, the players. Already clinching the Division 2, which is kind of crazy. Now we're just kind of playing for the President's Trophy, padding the stats a little bit for the playoffs, getting Chris Miracle a few more wins before he retires. That's a division championship right there, if I've ever seen one. So your Hurricanes are, or that's a conference championship, excuse me. So the Carolina Hurricanes are your Eastern Conference champions of the regular season. Final game of the year, which is against Vancouver. They might be in the playoff race, I'm not sure. See what happens. Skirvik gets a goal for the Canes, Urkamp and Kling scoring, Kerslake and Schoonmakers getting the goals there. So the Canes winning their last game of the season, getting pretty meaningless points there, but finishing with 124 points in the regular season. A solid year. Lars Hedstrom, 50 assists and 95 points overall. Definitely one of the league's best players. The regular season is over, and it's going to be Canes versus Toronto. So last year I believe we played Toronto in the first round and they beat us. So yeah. Schoonmakers with a point per game as well. Zajac with a really solid season. Zhao, Kerslake, Wise, Zizekas all with great seasons. Klinga 4 goals and 46 points. Again, let's just take a look at this. This guy was drafted in the 6th round. What pick was he? 185th. So the very end of the 6th round. And we've gotten 893 games out of him now, and 568 points. But the funny thing is, he'll be lucky to hit 50 goals in his career. Like, at this rate, if he stays in the NHL 2 more years, he might hit 50 goals. That's crazy. But yeah, a good, not a great NHL player, but a solid NHL player, and exactly the kind of value you want from a 6th round pick. Somebody that can surprise. I had a few rookies on the team this year. Looks like Urkamp led the way with 36 points, even though he hasn't grown in overall. Bennett McLeod also did not grow in overall. Pohl did not either. Had Nabokov playing for a little bit. He did alright. And then Pavel Nikitin, a defenseman, did not get any points. Goaltending, I'm just going to take a look. This is probably Chris Miracle's final season, and it was one of his best in the National Hockey League. Could very well be a Vezina caliber season. 44 wins, 16 losses, and 2 overtime losses with 9 shutouts and a 914 save percentage. A very solid season. Chris, obviously, this season the big milestone is getting over 1,100 NHL starts with 656 NHL wins. Let's see what the record is. I don't remember what the record is for wins. So Brodeur leads the way with 691 wins. Chris would be comfortably in second with over 100 more wins than Patrick Waugh. So for sure a Hall of Fame career. For sure a Hall of Fame career for Chris Miracle. And Yell did really well as a backup as well. So the Hurricanes with 61 wins to finish out their season. We're going to head to Game 1 of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Canes and Maple Leafs first game. Hedstrom with the goal, but Toronto took the lead, but it doesn't matter. Hedstrom, Jääskeläinen, and Harkins with the goals. Third period, no score. Canes win thanks to a stellar second period comeback. Heading on to game 2, this is once again at PNC Arena in Raleigh, North Carolina. Oh yeah, I guess we could check and see how Charlotte's doing too. First period, Jääskeläinen and Schoonmaker score. Second period, Hedstrom gets a goal, and the third period, Canes win. McLeod, Skirvik, and Skirvik scoring again in the third. So the Canes with another big win there. Heading on to Scotiabank Arena in Toronto for games 3 and 4. Here we go. First period, no score. Second period, Toronto gets a goals from Platt and Barsh. Third period, that's a 6-0 shutout. Toronto did not like losing that last game. The Canes are going to need a better game than that. That was an ugly performance from the Hurricanes. The AHL regular season is over, and Charlotte is not a playoff team, understandably, because I did kind of gut them this past year. Like, there was not a lot left. Zizekas with a goal, Hedstrom and Wise with goals in the second. Third period now, Purcell gets a power play goal with 7:20 left. Canes and Maple Leafs heading to overtime. Offensively, they're pretty similar teams. Defensively, though, the Canes have a very significant edge. And goaltending-wise, the Canes also have an edge. So it's going to be an interesting one. Hopefully the Canes can get one of these wins as opposed to getting, a loss to lose or to tie the series. But you know what? There we go. Offside, the Canes are on a power play for 17 more seconds. Doesn't appear like that will make much of a difference, but it's still important to get right here. See if you can set up some offensive opportunities. And our power play is actually 2 for 3 tonight. It seems like the power plays kind of led the way this series. What a hit there. Canes starting things off physically. Hedstrom turned it over to Bolton, and Bolton's going to chip it into the Canes offensive zone. Zajac doubles back, and it's even strength. Jääskeläinen up to Klinga, number 69 for the Carolina Hurricanes. Jääskeläinen back to Klinga. He's not going to shoot. We know that. Jääskeläinen, kind of a shot, kind of a pass. Bumps him off the puck, though. Klinga, nice play, but the puck exits the zone. And a turnover. Jääskeläinen gets the turnover. Hedstrom with it now to Klinga. Back to Hedstrom. Hedstrom with the puck on his stick gets it to Ford. Asher Ford shot, weak shot, and a save. He's not a very great shooter there. Ford with a great turnover. He is going to get the puck to Jääskeläinen. Great board battle by the Canes. Hedstrom with it. Shot. Blocked partially. Oh, what a hit. A thunderous hit. Hurts the Toronto player in front. Shot. Blocked. Klinga with it now. Gets it to Jääskeläinen. Back to Klinga. Shot. Save. That was on Ford. Zajac. Back to Ford to Jääskeläinen. Back to Ford. Shot. Save. Klinga was tied up in front. Otherwise, that's a rebound. Canes going on the power play pretty soon, though. And yes, they were tripped. The Canes with all sorts of offensive pressure there. Forcing Toronto, not getting Toronto, forcing Toronto to make a costly mistake. Barch with the play, tripping up Klinga there. Cycle game was strong. Kerslake, McLeod, and Urkamp, they're basically the Canes' fourth line out on the ice. My goodness. Lundqvist gets it out, and the Canes are going to double back. It looks like Schoonmakers is there to pick it up. He's manning one of the points there. Urkamp with the puck on his stick, gets it to Kerslake, shot, save. Kerslake with the puck, back to Zizekas. Kerslake has it on the wing, takes it behind the net, passes it up to the point to Zizekas. Zizekas, pass in front, is broken up by Vickers. There was some room on the back door, but no dice. Schoonmakers picks the puck up. He's going to initiate the breakout. He is actually going to break the puck out of the zone. He's taking it into the offensive zone, gets it to Urkamp, shot, save. Josh Bartosik. No goalie in this game, no created player goaltender has retired yet. But yeah, a couple great saves there from Josh Bartosik. Clearly the Hurricanes are going to have to work to get the puck past him. Again, Toronto getting a lot of dump outs on the second unit. The second unit is not able to get a whole lot of things going, but their offense isn't as strong. Kerslake shot, save Josh Bartosik. Tie up. Lundqvist clears it out again. Jeez. McLeod with the puck. Skating up the ice. He's not the fastest skater, but luckily Urquhart had it. Looks like the Canes are going on a partial change. Maybe, perhaps. I would change out the forward core here. The first unit is not getting it done. Hedstrom with the puck to Zajac. Yes, it looks like the defensive pairs were changed up there. Zajac with the puck. Gets it to Hedstrom. Shot blocked partially, and Vickers is going to clear it. He dumps the puck out. Canes with less than 30 seconds to go. Kerslake barely onside. Gets it to Urquhart to Hedstrom. Hedstrom back to Zajac. Zajac to McLeod. Shot, blocker save. Shot may have been going wide. Kerslake with the puck. Urquhart had it. What a play. Oh, Hedstrom had the puck on his stick, but no, and that's going to ice it off for the power play. Not a lot of great chances for the Canes there, unfortunately. Urquhart had it. He was going to get crunched there if he continued. McLeod with the puck now. Gets it back to Zajac. Smart play. Back to McLeod to Zajac. Urquhart shot on the wing. Kerslake had it. Short side and can't quite get it to go. Goldman with the puck to Barch. Barch, who just exited the box, gets it to Platt to Goldman. Bolton with the puck. Gets around the defender. Barch shot save. Chris Miracle. He's going to hold on. 9:34 left in overtime now. Weird angle of... Oh, there was a hit. Yeah, alright. So it's Cizikas, Zhao, and Skirvek out on the ice now. And Zhao loses the face-off. Boma with the puck. Vasyunov had it. Lost it. Zhao with the puck now, entering the zone, wearing number 76. Back to Aho? What? No way. That's got to be a glitch. Platt with the puck to Boma. Shot save. Chris Miracle. Zajac, and he's going to cover it up. Zajac had it, but Chris Miracle covers it up. You guys saw Aho there, right? Aho was there. That's wild. Zhao loses the face-off. Boma has it. Shot save. Harkins has it. Exits the zone thanks to Skirvik. Skirvik entering the offensive zone. Shot well wide there. I don't know what he was shooting at. Backus with the puck. Boma, get her on. Bell. Fanned on the pass. Alright. Interesting play. Maybe he tried to fake in a dump in. Barch, Hedstrom with a great play to break up that play. Skirvik with the puck now. Hedstrom with a great defensive play. Skirvik to Purcell to Wise. Skirvik with it. Wise blocked and is exiting the zone. Neither team wants to give an inch here. Both teams allowing nothing in terms of offensive opportunities. Chris Miracle there, as you can see, a great save. It's Wise, Hedstrom, and Schoonmakers out. This is the Canes' top line against a very tired Toronto top line. Hedstrom loses the face-off, though. Barch gets it to Bell. Bell skating into the offensive zone. Looks like Toronto's getting in a bit partial line change. Shot, save, Chris Miracle. Harkins up to Wise, and the Canes are going to exit the zone and enter the offensive zone. Wise with the puck. Hedstrom almost had it, but Bell got the puck on the turnover. Toronto 3-on-2. Canes have numbers now. Toronto gets the rest of their line change. Shot blocked by Hedstrom. What a play getting in the way there. Wise is going to skate in, start the breakout. Entering the offensive zone. Wise, Hedstrom, what a save. Josh Bartosek hitting to Winnick. Winnick with the puck on his stick. Into the offensive zone at the circles. Shot. What a hit by Kaspar. Ulrich Kaspar. Pull. Shot. Save. Platt with it to Vasyunov. Just over a minute to go in overtime. Canes getting in and out thanks to Wise, and Ford exits the zone. Passes it to Schoonmakers. Schoonmakers now on the wing. Takes it to the circles. Gets it to Urquhart. Shot. Blocked. Schoonmakers to Ford. Urquhart scores! What a play! Urquhart with a power play with a overtime winner. from Ford, and Schoonmakers gives the Canes a 3-1 series lead. Take a look at this. It's going to start with the break-in by Schoonmakers. He's going to double back, take a quick pause, draws 2 defenders with him. Urkamp, look at this. 5-on-1 here. The eventual goal scorer, blocked shot, takes the puck back, gets it to Schoonmakers, sees Ford, and what a risky pass here by the playmaker, the young playmaker here. A pass right on the stick of Urkamp, and he's going to just take a shot and beat Josh Bartosik basically 1-on-1 on the stick side. Canes win game 4. So here we go. Off to game 5 in Raleigh. St. Louis, as you can see, has advanced. First period, Canes with 2 goals from McLeod and Hedstrom. Second period, tie game, Boma and Russell. Third period, though, Cizikas, Urkamp, and Hedstrom score. Canes win and are moving on to the second round for the first time in quite some time. I'm not gonna lie, man. It's been a while. Canes have lost in the first round past 2 years. NHL playoffs are complete. It's Canes versus Blue Jackets, a Metropolitan Division matchup. First period of game 1. No score. Second period, though, Canes get a goal thanks to Pull. I believe that's his first career playoff goal. Third period, Jaskalainen tied it on a power play goal. And we are heading to OT. Canes with a very significant edge on offense and goaltending. Very close in terms of defense, though. So we are looking for a huge game 4 here. Game 4. Why did I say game 4? It's game 1. It's my first day. Hedstrom wins the face-off against Beck. Ellis up to Schoonmakers, who enters the zone and dumps the puck in. Hedstrom collects the puck and is going to turn it over briefly. I'm not going to bother pronouncing that, but hey, look, another number 69. Hedstrom is so quick. Beck runs into Chris Miracle, who is just a brick wall and will not be moved. Offsides, though, the last delay by Zajac there unfortunately causes the Canes to have to regroup. So here we go. Wise, Hedstrom, and Schoonmakers against Lavalley, Beck, and Itacalio. That's definitely Finnish. Schoonmakers gets the puck on the tie-up. Wise with the puck on the wing. Gets it to Zajac at the last second. Zajac turned the puck over to Fairchild. Lavalley enters the zone, and he's practically on a breakaway. The Canes defenders just let him have it. Beck to Cole. Shot. Save. Hedstrom turned it over to Beck. Chris Miracle is going to cover up. My gosh, sloppy hockey going on for the Canes here. Top in hits. I don't see any Canes on the list. We don't have a very physical team, but it's kind of fine. I don't really care. Hits aren't going to win us a game. Might help at the AHL level, but not at the NHL level. Cizikas gets the puck. Gets crunched by Fairchild, though. And all of a sudden, it's Columbus puck. Gehring with the puck. Gets it to Cole. Cole to Skinner. Zhao had it and lost it. Shot. Gehring hit the post. Had room on the glove side low. Zajac with it to Ellis. Ellis is going to double back. Take it into the offensive zone himself. Get it to Zhao. Zhao with the puck on his stick. Slap shot. Blocked all the way through. Canes with a hit there. Heavy collision. 55 for Columbus. Shot on Miracle and a save. And he just runs into the goalie. Okay. Alright there, buddy. Gehring. Gets crunched by Skirbeck there. So that was Skirbeck with the hit. Alright, Urkamp, Ford, and Klinga out on the ice now. Ford needs a big face-off win and cannot get it. O'Reilly with the puck to Arnott. Barely kept in the zone. Hedberg with it. Scores. Canes could not play defense there. They were just letting the defenders have all of the shooting lanes, all of the space on the ice, and you just cannot do that. Canes are going to need a much better game 2. Very disappointing game 1. Hedstrom, though, having a solid playoffs, goals. He's a goal per game player. First period, game 2. Columbus gets the goal thanks to Dredger. No goals in the first. Damn it. Gehring gets a goal. Okay. Well, we get shut out. We got shut out last series too, but unfortunately we weren't down 2-0 in the series heading into game 3. First period, Canes with 2 goals. Ellis and Urkamp scoring. Second period, Lavallée cuts the lead in half, but the Canes win a very close game, 2-1. Very close series. The 2-0 game, that's still a close game. The Canes with a 2-1 win, though. Forcing a game 5, at least we're heading into game 4, though. Columbus, Itacalio takes the lead. Gehring, another 2-0 shutout. What is going on with the Canes offense, man? Well, will this be it, folks? Will this be the last season? Or will the Hurricanes find a way? The world may never know. First period, Zhao, Jaskalainen, and Kerslake with the goals. No score in the second. Third period, Hedstrom, Zhao, and Ellis scoring. The Canes with a commanding win in that game, forcing game 6. That's what you like to see from your team. Fortunately, you need 2 more of those. First period, Itacalio with the goal again. 2-0 Beck. Canes tie it. Wise and Cizikas there with the goals in the third period. We're at an OT. Game 6 in Columbus. The Carolina Hurricanes will not die. Here we go. Hedstrom to Ellis and Zajac with the puck now. Ellis starts the offensive attack, doubles back to the point, turns it over to Lavallée. Poke check allows the Canes to recover and not allow a 2-on-1. Fairchild, Zajac with an elite defensive play. Otherwise, this series would be over. Zajac at the circles. Nope. Ellis with it to Zajac. Zajac to Hedstrom. Hedstrom, what a move to get around the defender. Schoonmaker's shot, save by the Columbus goaltender. Hedstrom gets crunched. Shot, misses the net. Zajac to Hedstrom. Schoonmaker's save, dodge. Penalty minutes. Zajac is up there. The Blue Jackets have 2 of the top 4, though, so that's good. Second line already up for the Canes now. Zhao loses the face-off. Cole with the puck. Lavallée. Bad pinch by the Canes defender, but Lavallée turns it over. Cole with it to Lavallée. Missed the net. That would have been a goal otherwise. Beck with it. Hit hard. Arnott to Beck. Misses the net. Zajac turned it over, but the Canes got it. Zhao to Skirvik to Cizikas. Canes enter the zone. Cizikas with it to Zhao. Shot, misses the net. Cizikas, back shot, tipped, save, dodge. And he covers it up. Wade Minter, just a grinder in this series. The second line is now out for Columbus. Zhao wins the face-off. Skirvik shot, saved by Dodge. And sticking with the same lines here. No real fatigue going on now. Zhao on the face-off against Gehring. Wins it back. Purcell with it to Zhao, who gets absolutely demolished. O'Reilly gets it to Arnott on the board battle. Arnott up to Dredger. Dredger with the puck now. On the wing at the circles. Gehring shot, missed the net again. Zhao with the puck. Cizikas, it's a partial 2-on-1. Now it's not. Cizikas gets it. Oh! Gehring with a defensive gem there. Skinner with it. Turn it over. Zhao with the puck to Urkamp. Third line out now. Zhao with the puck. Gets it back. Shot. Save. How did it not go in? How did the freaking puck not go in? How? How? I guess Chris made the save on that shot attempt. Battle of the third lines here. Urkamp, Ford, and Klinga out for the Canes. Ford loses the faceoff. Faceoffs are not his specialty. I've seen him lose every single faceoff he's had in overtime. Shot. The dream is over. Well, that will more than likely be it. If Chris Miracle does not retire, I might consider playing another season. Because he's at 256 wins now. He just needs, let's see, how many more wins? Or he has 656. So 691 minus 656 is 35. He would need 35 more wins to tie Martin Brodeur. Now the only question is, will he be good enough to get those wins? That's the problem. I don't know if he's actually capable of that. I don't feel like going through another off season. I think I'm done. But we got retired players to look at. Intern Maddie leading the way here on this list. 1647 points. Wade Minter with 1608. Owen Anderson 1261. It's me 1126. Corey 1020. Matt Chatelaine 831. Trey Cash 726. I don't believe there are any more created players on this list. Just to be sure, we'll check. We stopped at Boss. Edwin Boss. That is not... That's a created player. That's not a created player. Anthony Honka also retiring. Goaltenders. Cameron Bass. Josh Grantham retiring. So, Trevor, you and Chris Miracle did not retire. I cannot bring myself to do another season of this. I'm sorry. I can't. However, I will go into the draft. I will sim through the draft just for the hell of it. I've already shown what Chris Miracle was. You were on Tampa last. You are still 86 overall. This next season will be your last in the NHL. 1309 points in 1550 games. Right, will this be your last season? Maybe not. You might have 2 more years. You might be difficult. But I can't, especially if you have 2 more seasons, I can't do that. But it seems like you've been very solid for Tampa. Obviously, you started your career with the New Jersey Devils. You have 1 Stanley Cup to your name. And yeah. I will auto draft. We'll do awards to check and see if any created players won awards in the last season of Canes Twitter franchise mode. Obviously, St. Louis won their 2nd straight cup. It was a St. Louis versus Buffalo series. Zajac won the Norris. Cool. Chris Miracle won the William M. Jennings, so he won an award. Intern Maddie with the Selkie, and that is it. So, 2 created players won the award. It's safe to say that the dynasty is over. This will be saved. We will exit it and never return to it. The Carolina Hurricanes finished that. We finished season 3. Let's do a review. We had 3 Stanley Cups, including 2 and I believe 3 or 4 years, and then 1 later on in the sim. Charlotte won 2 Calder Cups, so we obviously finished with 5 championships, which is excellent. Very, very good. I cannot complain. Obviously, I don't put as much emphasis on my AHL teams as I do my NHL teams. So it's really great seeing the Checkers win 2 Calder Cups. Just goes to show that we are indeed drafting well every year. Obviously going to stick with the Canes here. Let me know if you'd like for me to do another team. I like doing the Canes just because I'm a Canes fan. I turn off. Here's what I turn off if you're curious. Owner mode, I turn off. Obviously, we would get through one of these seasons every stream. I turn off player morale because I hate dealing with it. Obviously, I turn off the salary cap, and I turn off the head coach editing the lines. Fog of War and CPU trades obviously left on because I want creative players to be able to move every once in a while. Rules and settings. Quick settings, we're obviously going to do what we've been doing before. I always show the overall. I don't care about the player role. Player type and potential we always show. Trade difficulty we'll keep on medium for now. And then I put it on pro. That's what I've done for the past 2 seasons. It was on semi-pro before, typically. Semi-pro is like a step up above rookie, and it's not actually that much harder to win. Ooh, latest. Sorry, didn't mean to hit that. Injury sliders, I always put down to either a 10 or 11. We'll go 10 this time. It was 11 last time. Won't make too much of a difference, but I don't love having players getting injured. I think it really kind of kills my vibe. Of course, it makes it harder, but at the same time, I don't want created players getting hurt. I want them to have the best possible odds of succeeding in the NHL, and if they're constantly hurt, then it kind of ruins that. So, yeah. We are starting up Season 4. So, I have to atone for my sins again. I forget this every time. But the players that I have to trade are... Hello, Eric Holla. I have to trade Holla to Florida along with Walmart, but they have to be separate trades, otherwise it doesn't work. I always have to get minor picks from them, otherwise it won't work. Lucas Walmark has been called up to the NHL. Oh, buddy. Do I have news for you, my friend? And we'll go with a 4th round pick. Yes, I know, Florida, but I did steal Vincent Trocheck for you and got nothing in return. Gave you nothing in return. So, you guys know the lines. This will be a quick sim. When we make the playoffs, we will sim through as normal. But for now, sit back, enjoy the sim, and just relax for a little bit. Have a little bit of fun. I'm not trying to make any trades yet. There you go. There we go. Just gonna decline every trade like I said. Alright, there we go. Alright, I'm just scrolling through Twitter, sorry. I'm trying my best to be optimistic about what's going on, but here we go. So, I closed my laptop. Nobody's watching. If you leave a comment, I am terribly sorry. If I don't get the notification, I will eventually get there. But it will involve me turning on my laptop first. Draft class. Oh, screw it. I didn't change any of the franchise players. It's not gonna actually matter.
Be running the next U.S. Olympic team.
Ask them. That's the best part about today, Steve, is that I probably don't ever have to talk to you again, so you can ask them.
We'll take two more. Be running the next.
Holy shit. That was Brian Burke dunking on Steve Simmons, I think when he got fired as the GM. God, I don't even want to watch that. Well, the Canes are average. Nina, the sore knee. Oh no. I don't get it, man. Like, we have all these good players in the game, and the Canes just end up sucking in this game. I don't get it. It's like I actually have to try. If I get a good enough offer for a certain player, like, I might do it, but we'll have to see. This trade involves Anton Hudobin, folks. So trading Jordan Staal obviously isn't great. I'd be getting Thomas Harley, who historically doesn't develop all that well. Ah, gosh. Jordan Staal not having a good season. I would give up 2 third-round picks in this draft. At that point, there still is like some moderately decent value available. Thomas Harley is a decent prospect, and oh boy, I would be getting Anton Hudobin, but I just can't say yes to this trade at this point. TVR and Gibbons, I'm not going to re-sign TVR next year. I'm getting 2 third-round picks, one for this year. I'm already getting a lot of third-round picks, but it brings up Dominic Bach. Interestingly enough, I don't think that the team is very good as they currently stand, so we are going to need to make changes anyways, and I think that would be the best. So here we are. Alright, well, here we go. Kane's still not doing that great. Not that I'm surprised, but you know. So yeah. No central scouting rankings. We'll just kind of let it happen. Uh-oh, here come the Canes, climbing their way back into a power playoff spot, possibly. Very possible, but you know what? If we make the playoffs, I'm actually gonna be pretty happy. Michael Chaput. Ooh, Philip Tomasino, that would have been a good trade. I should have actually looked at that. I'm like so used to declining trades. Jacob Slavin out for a little bit. Really just one game. He back. Florida wanting to trade me Chase Prisky back. Prisky actually goes on to have like a decent NHL career, I think. And Hallander is 19, 60 overall. Doesn't do anything. I'm gonna say no. Just because I feel like I could do better. Hallander's a decent prospect, but he's not the best. And Prisky, I could also do better. Alright. Back to our losing ways, but we are still in a playoff spot. Overtime loss to the Caps is not good because that ends up being one of the reasons why the Caps go ahead of us in the standings. But there we are. Draft rankings, nah, B. Stahl, a second and a third for Semyon Daragachintsev. 19 years old, 64 overall. Don't love that. Who are my center prospects at this point in time? Ain't no way my man is making the team. Oh, that reminds me. I gotta trade Henman. Spurgeon and Parisi traded to Pittsburgh. So let me do that real quick. Henman, of course, did not sign with the Carolina Hurricanes at June 1st. So is he a winger in this game? Oh, he is. He's a center in real life. Interesting. Yeah, I can just do the find trade feature, huh? Yeah, he is most certainly a center for the team he plays for. No trades found. Okay. I guess I should be authentic and just keep him on the team and just not sign him. Which stings, but like, I can't do that. I can't sign him and reap the rewards, and I want this to be, semi-authentic. So, winning some games, just barely out of a playoff spot, though. We need to beat the Rangers. Philly got better, which is not good for us. Yeah, we gotta beat. Who are the teams ahead of us? It moves too fast. The Flyers, Rangers, and Penguins. I need to beat. Well, I need to beat the Rangers coming up. Shea out with a short shoulder. Yep. Etulo Starinen traded to Vegas. Hmm. Alright, well, we're gonna be cutting it close. We did beat the Rangers, but we lost to the Leafs the next night. We gotta beat a lot of teams, actually. We're behind a lot of teams in the division. I couldn't see what that last game was. I'm gonna assume it was a loss. Maybe an OT loss, but yeah, either way, we gotta get 5 points on the Rangers at least. Don't play them anymore this season. So actually, our best bet would be to get points back on the Penguins because we play them 3 times. This game, nope. Well, there's a win. Okay. Well, we can hope for a lottery pick. That would be ideal. If we get first overall, that would be very nice. Stop winning, Canes. Just lose out. Lose out. Not like that. Svetch up with a sprained ankle. That'll do it. It is over. It is done. We are done. Aho still had a hell of a season. 84 points. Well, maybe more than that. Svetch is back. Yay. 80. He had four freaking points in that game. So Sebastian Aho whipping ass this regular season with 88 points in 82 regular season games. The next highest scorers on the team, 68 and 66 points. After that, 54, 43, 41. Alright, so depth scoring is an issue. Goaltending. Rookie skaters, Nature's had a good year. Bach did not do all that well, but he's also not that great yet. So we'll send to the draft. We'll see what happens. That last win probably won't hurt us too much. May have been the difference between us getting like 11th and 10th or something. Like not that great. Doesn't increase our lottery odds all that much, but I'm still going to be mad if the team ahead of us moves up in the lottery and we don't. care. Those are the May rankings, obviously. Toronto winning the Stanley Cup. We get 6th overall. Buffalo, the team ahead of us, got 1st. Yep. Okay. Well, 6th overall is still very good. We have the opportunity to draft an elite player. Retired players, there you go. Nobody of consequence. I have to hire one new coach. I'm fine with that, actually. Yay! NHL draft! Pick number 6. So here we go. Patrick goes to Buffalo. Meg, New Jersey. Corey, Minnesota. Wade, Detroit. Will, Los Angeles. I know he's good. He's a high elite player, but he's not NHL ready. But you know who is? Big Sam. No, I'm kidding. Big Sam's done really well for us in the past. I could get an elite defenseman, but Trevor Michaels is a very talented player and something that I feel like this team could use. Pick 31. We obviously have the 31st overall pick. If you care where your player went, just let me know. Lundell, I can't remember if he had a good year or not. JT Shepard always consistently does well. Screw it, we'll take a look. Lafreniere went next. Oh, he actually got a buff in this game. He wouldn't have been bad either. I probably should have gone with him. Damn. Intern Matty and Tom Workrate. Big Sam to the Islanders. Scott to Columbus. There you go. Hooray. 37th overall. This is where the Canes can really shine with a good pick here. Or not. We do need a goalie. Canes and Cannons was a very solid goalie last time around. We're going to pick him up. High elite goaltender. That's what I like to see. 51. Still might be a created player available. If not, I'm cool with it. Jamie Drysdale is a good pick. Back-to-back third-round picks here. Michael Gaudreau. I have not picked a defenseman yet. He doesn't perform all that well at the NHL level, but he's a solid NHL defenseman that I can at least get like a little bit of value out of. Connor McLennan, I feel like, is a really good pick. Medium top 6 forward. That's an excellent pick. 79th overall. A handful of picks away from that, which is good. Yaromir Pitlick, sure, we'll draft him. He's projected to go a good bit higher. Medium top 6 forward. Tons of value for the Canes in this draft. I've already picked a good goalie in this draft, so I don't need any good goalies. I haven't picked Kubicek. High 7th D, that's not a very good pick. Would have rather had the medium top 9 forward, but whatever. McShorzy the Jerk, you are the last player available here. I am going to pick you up. Low elite, so probably not the best potential overall, but still not bad. The Canes get a second NHL ready goalie, which means I really don't need a goaltender now. Let's go Sammy Haino here. Why not? We're just picking based on whatever at this point. I don't really care. It's the first draft. It's never great. Now we'll pick based on potential for my last pick in the draft, if there are any decent players available. It actually looks like there are. Jude Friesen. Low top 4D. Not terrible. Might not turn into anything. Oh, this is our actual last pick in the draft. Oh, well, okay. Is Luke Evangelista still available? I didn't mean to hit that. Sorry. My B. No, he is not. Joel Blomqvist is available. Yaskin looks to be the best player available. Low top 40. Nice. Alright. Hell of a draft for the Canes. Obviously getting set up for the future here. I have 2 scouts with expiring contracts. I hope that doesn't actually extend the contract offer to them still. Otherwise, I'm just going to have to go back and do more work. Yeah, okay. Firing those 2 scouts for sure. I'll qualify Bishop for 1 more year. Again, not going to sign Henman. We'll qualify Fogel. Actually, well, we might not even need him. Unsigned. Here we go. So we have Michael Goodrow, who will be on the Canes defense next year. Trevor Michaels as well, along with JT Shepard. So we have a center, a left wing, and a defenseman to take care of. Right wingers, don't really want to give any of these players a chance, but we'll qualify Smallman. Why not? Gonna get rid of Edmondson. Let's check and see what the defense looks like now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fleury gets good in this game. Unfortunately, that does mean that I'm going to have to say goodbye to Vatanen and more than likely Brett Pesce, but I'm okay with it. Goaltending, gonna roll with Canes and Cannons this year. I'm gonna keep McShoresy I'm gonna sign him, but I'm gonna buy out James Reimer. I don't think I can find a trade for him. There's really no point. I'll sign Eetu Makiniemi for another year. Yeah. Cool. But we're definitely running with Canes and Cannons. Fleury has renewed Trevor, JT, McShoresy, Michael, Canes and Cannons. And Makiniemi. That's really it. There really is not going to be a whole lot of change coming to this roster this year. Bishop and Smallman renewed. Let's take a look at what we got. Obviously going to have to fill out the AHL team a decent amount first, mostly with guys on one-way contracts, or one-year contracts, though. I might be able to sign a couple prospects, but nothing more. Alright, centers. We're going to find a trade for Jordan Staal right now, because JT, I want to succeed. Left wing, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's fine. Right wingers, 1, 2, 3 for sure. And you know what? Since I have Fogel and Martinook here as well, I think I'm okay with doing that. Obviously, I'm fine on defense. We'll trade Brett Pesce to Anaheim already, just to get that over with. Goodbye, Brett Peach. We love you. Trade rejected. It's not sufficient at all. That's bullshit. Well, I'll send you a 5th round pick as well. Okay, a 4th round pick. Okay. I get a 2nd round pick for Brett Pesce, basically. Instead of this, we're going to find a trade for Jordan Staal, because I don't feel like doing all the work. And that means in free agency, all that I would have to do is just sign some players. Alright, so trade for Jordan Stahl. Darcy Kemper. I don't feel like there's a point in that. Okay, well, we'll just go and see who has Stahl on the trade block then. Arizona does. I could most certainly get a first round pick. And let's see, do they have like a minor prospect that I could kind of pry away from them? Sorry, RV. I'm not like too far off, but let's try Yannick instead. Alright, well, instead of a rookie skater, let's just go with like a third round pick then. But since they don't have a third in this draft, we'll just get one in the following draft. Trade accepted. Okay, so we gutted our roster a good bit there, but it's fine. Everything's fine. We're okay. Don't need to make any changes to the NHL roster. I just need to sign a bunch of prospects. Adam Ginning. Oh, this hurts. You suck, IRL. Damn it, I'm going to have to sign Luke Henman. Well, he's a free agent. I feel better about myself. I don't have any prospects coming in this year, but Dauphin, I'm giving you 1 year. Olafson, sure, I'll give you 3 years, not 4, my god. Joni Ikonen, give you a year-long contract. Luff, I'll give you a year-long contract. Defensively, for the most part, we're okay. I guess that's what I'll do. And that's all. That's all I need. Coaching staff. That's the first thing I need. And of course, I need a goalie coach. Only the best. Please tell me this guy's teaching is okay. It's a B. Okay, that's good. Oh, it's a her. Ida. Yeah, that's definitely a woman's name. Scouting. I have 5 slots to fill. Definitely need a QMJHL scout. Oh god, please tell me that's not the best. Oh, this is such a bad year for scouts. I have to get a QMJHL scout. That's not an option. I also need a Scandinavian scout. I'll also add a European scout. Next I need the USA, so that's 4. And then I have one spot left to scout somewhere. Don't love any of these. I'm gonna save that spot because there's no point. Those scouts are mostly gonna get fired anyways. We'll advance today and see what happens. Okay, so the goalie coach rejected, but all the scouts are saying yes. Ginning rejected, which I'm okay with. It's not ideal, but it's fine. Ah, shoot, I didn't mean to hit that. Well, I can just do this. Alright, we'll do this. See if he signs. He should. There's the other scout. Here's just all like the AHL depth. There we go. I am done making trades. Gonna sim to next season. Hollander traded from Florida. Man, I should have accepted that damn trade. Alright. I'm going to be right back. Wow. Okay, I'm back. My fault. Oh god. There's a viewer. Oh shoot, I'm sorry. Oh no. I'm not ready. I had to take a break. I did take this franchise. I did start it over again if you've missed anything. Um, hello, by the way. Okay, yeah, I started this franchise over again, clearly. Um, Trevor, welcome to the Hurricanes. Okay, that doesn't do anything. Yeah, welcome to the Canes. You were drafted 6th overall. Michael Goodrow, welcome to the Hurricanes. And yeah. So that's it. Goaltending, we got Peter Mrazek, we got McShorsey. That's not what I wanted. All apologies, folks. It's my first day. I'm editing my lines anyways. Any new players? No. People kind of lost interest in this. Like, if you go back and watch it back, which, I mean, like, there were some exciting moments from last time, but I really kind of half-assed last season because I was done with it. Man, I was so done with it. Like, I just wasn't feeling it anymore. But if you go back and watch, you'll see that, or you'll hear basically I said, like, nobody's really interested in this anymore. It's really just you and I talking every night, so there's no point in adding people that are never going to watch. So I'm keeping it as is for now. There's the team, though. AHL, yeah. So there we go. Yeah. Sorry, I went downstairs to get some ice cream. I figured I was safe, but I'm all good. That was this stream. So I finished season 3 last time, simmed through quickly last season, and now we are at this season. And yeah. Yeah, so I finished both the last season of that stream and the first season of season 4, which is this current season. And now we're here. Bit of a longer stream tonight. Yeah, last night's stream was aight. This will probably be the only season I run through of this, just because I've already simmed through 2 seasons on this already, so this will be the last season. Plus, it is kind of late. I work at 11 tomorrow. Yeah, nothing really going on. Assigning scouts, I just want to make sure that my scouts are in the right spots. So I have a USA West scout. He's my best scout. And then, yeah, scouting was not very good this past year, so I have a Liga scout and an SHL scout, which is good. That's fine. USA West and Central. Did I have USA East? No, USA West. And USA Central. So the scout's getting moved to the East for now. His region accuracy is an A+. There aren't many prospects in the USA East this year, but it's fine. So I have a DAL and an NLA scout. That's fine. It's not a very good year for scouting. Like, it wasn't. There weren't a whole lot of great scouts available. So I'm just going to have to wait a little bit. But yeah, we'll just get right to it. Canes with their first game of the season. It's a shootout win and then a 2-0 loss the next night. Interesting. So there we go. Canes with some big wins heading into the start of the season. Looking for a better year. We obviously did not finish very well, but I think with the rookies on this team, we'll be fine. Ooh, there's a franchise player, Olli Saarniemo. So the top 2 players will come from Finland this year. He is a left winger, otherwise I would definitely want to sign him. Magic Hands pro release and skatings with a Teemu Selanne comparison. So Timu, not Temu, Timu Selanne comparison. So it's kind of fitting that the Finnish franchise player has a Selanne comparison, but anyways, I don't think he's going to be ours. I'm going to try everything in my power to make sure that he's not one of our players by the end of the year. We'll edit the lines manually. We won't edit the lines manually. We'll just see what happens here. If we continue losing, then we might consider changing some things up. But regardless, we will see what happens. Riley Smith. That's interesting. Top 6 forward, right winger. 83 overall. He'd be better than Niederreiter for sure. Is he a fit for the team? That's the thing. He's not. He would only be a fit on the PK in the 4th line, so that's not worth it, actually. So, Trevor, how are you doing tonight, though? It'll be much easier to keep up with your player now, because we'll just check the team. Yeah. Did your stream not go as well as planned? Oh, back-to-back shutout wins. There we go, including a 9-0 shutout win. Canes were on a 5-game win streak there before 2 straight losses. And yeah, it's been, we're just in the first season of everybody's new NHL careers. This is obviously the 4th season of Canes Twitter franchise mode. If you missed the season before, there we go. Oh, you cleaned house, huh? How did that work? I've never really cleaned house with it. Well, no. I did it twice last time around, I guess. How did that work out for you? Alright. Heading into December 1st, I believe we are in a playoff spot or just on the outside looking in, which is fine. We are in a playoff spot. 3 straight overtime losses. Got a better coach? Alright, what did it... did it make your team better, or do you not know that yet? Or, have you not been able to really look? That's good. I mean, all you can hope for is more wins. We have a gem! Gail Rankin. What a name. Nice. Yeah, I'm not going to be looking to wheel and deal too much in this franchise mode just because it's, it's still really early. Still really early on. Josh Grantham, a created player already traded from Ottawa to Boston. So, interesting. Canes and Cannons out with a pulled groin until December 20th. Out for just a little while. Might give Alex Nedeljkovic a chance to shine at the NHL level. Luckily, the Canes don't have too many games until then. He's already back. Look at that. Ooh, loss to the Capitals is not good. Unfortunately, it's like a really tight race in the Metro between all of the teams like struggling to make it to the wild card. So we're gonna need like wins against every Metropolitan Division team we can get, and then at least every other team outside a division. So right now we're 2 points behind the Islanders. We don't play them for a little while, so it's going to be important to get as many wins as we can possibly get coming up here. Beating Florida is huge, though. They were one of the better teams in the league. We needed a win after 2 straight losses. We got absolutely shat on the next night, though. Michael Goodrow out with a sore knee. Really? Sometimes, like, I found making trades ends up hurting your team more than it does help, which is really interesting. Like, obviously, you can't change everything, but, like, I've definitely found that if I try to make too many trades, it doesn't help my team. Sometimes if I try tanking too, my team just magically wins like 30 games out of their last 40 and makes it to the playoffs. It's really weird how that works. Yeah, the chemistry is a really big deal. And if the player you trade for doesn't fit your team, like I found that really hurts you. Alright, well, we're back up to 500, but unfortunately this team, we're kind of at the same spot we were at last season. Good enough to be like okay in the division, but not good enough to contend for a playoff spot just yet, which is fine. I'm expecting better things from the created players, but I just don't know yet. It's so hard doing that. What I found was fun for a little while is I would create a team from Great Britain and just put Great Britain's hockey team on there and make them like the absolute worst NHL team I possibly could make them, and try and build them up from like the bottom to the top. Athanasiou traded to Florida, so Florida's really loading up here. It was so much fun doing that though. Like I would definitely do that again. It gets like a little trying like in the start when you're like, man, like I've really started to get better, but we keep losing. And then once you finally make the playoffs for the first time, like a few years in, it's so good. Like that first time you make the playoffs, it's so satisfying. So satisfying. 10 out of 10 would recommend that feeling. Winnipeg trading away a lot of people. Seven to nothing win against Philly. That's big because Philly's behind us. Natchez is back now as well. Farthest you've got in the playoffs is the conference finals. I mean, that's not awful. Yeah, we ended up winning, like as an organization, 5 championships, 2 Calder Cups, and then 3 Stanley Cups the last time around. So, great news. We had a handful of award winners. Nobody like stellar, but I think we had maybe 1 or 2 Vezina wins from Chris Miracle, and then maybe a couple other things, but I can't really remember. 2 huge wins there. 7-0 against the Islanders, who are slightly ahead of us in the standings. Unfortunately, we do lose the next 3 games, but 4 games. Our playoff hopes were just dashed in front of our eyes. Like, we had a chance for a minute. We still kind of do, but it's going to be close. These last 3 games now are important. Losing to the Rangers does it. No more playoffs for the Canes. I know. Well, we had the 6th overall pick, which was really good, and then Toronto ended up winning the cup, so we had 31st. So I actually couldn't get a pick from them, which really sucks. Or, like, I couldn't pick him. Big Sam was a few picks away, but, like, you know, I couldn't get him, so it was between you and Lafreniere, and I went with you, so please don't disappoint. We'll take a look at the stats in just a sec. So, May draft rankings. I'm just curious to see what's going on here. I don't really know all of, what's going on in this draft. But Saranhimo, again, is projected to go first overall. Aturati is next. So, looks like a decent draft, but not a great draft. And yeah, just one gem so far. Probably will be the only gem. Canes will more than likely pick in the teens here. Boston wins the Stanley Cup and the whole nation boos. Boo. Yeah, 13th overall. That's the Carolina special right there. Edmonton winning first overall the year after Buffalo won first overall is hilarious. This Buffalo won the first overall pick and got Patrick, I believe. A created player. Retired players, once again, nobody cares. Joe Thornton retired. Yay. Alright. Anything else? Nashville's coaches, Patrick Marleau and Joe Thornton are now coaches. UC Jokinen is now a scout along with Dan Hamhui. I won't have to hire any new coaches this year unless I feel like it. Sebastian Aho led the team in points with 75. Next is Fetch with 71. Teravainen with a nice season. Trevor, you had 33 points in your rookie year. JT with 29. Michael Goodrow with 12. So obviously, rookie skaters. What you mean, no rookie skaters? Okay. Peter Mrazek. I guess Canes and Cannons just like straight up doesn't exist. Strange. Okay. Oh yeah. We saw how you did. Cool stuff. We'll do the draft and then I'll get off. Yeah, I'm pretty tired. So 13th overall pick. It is a weaker draft, so probably not as much talent around this time as we can expect. Daniil Chayka is available. I also see that Riley Kidney is available. Chayka ends up being like a halfway decent prospect. Medium top 40 is not bad. We also have another first round pick from the Jordan Staal trade, I believe, which is 21st overall. There's a medium elite center, Fred Roach. What a name. Obviously I have centers picked, but anytime I can get another medium elite center and add to that, I'm going to take it. So really important to get Fred Roach here. 43rd overall, and then we have the 44th overall pick as well. Christian Jacobs. I already have a great goalie core, but there's no sense in letting a medium elite goalie go to waste. Plus, if I don't pick him, I'm going to feel like really stupid. Christopher Strong. Again, I have a lot of center prospects, but I don't know. Something's telling me he might be good. Medium top 6 forward. This is a hell of a draft so far. 65th overall, the Canes looking for just any sort of talent here. Mika Kaupinen. I see the medium elite and I'm a little too excited. Yeah, medium top 9 forward. About as good as what I could have hoped for, but you know, that's a good pick. I like it. I've yet to pick a defenseman in this draft, so Zane Crombeen seems like the best pick. Medium top 60, that's not the best, but it's not bad either. 5th round, because I did trade a 4th round pick. There's a low elite center here, possibly, maybe. Low elite center, is he 18 at least? Okay, good. So he's not an overage player. That's like worrisome when you see a low elite and that low of an overall. You're like, oh gosh, what's his deal? Man, doesn't really look like there's any better potential players out here. Alexei Betsayev, he is 19, and 58 overall is not terrible. And this is, I believe, our last pick. And we're just going to go with whoever here. So, that is it for this draft. Oh no, we have one more pick. Oh yeah, from the St. Louis trade or something, I don't know. Sure, let's pick another goalie. Why not? I'll just have a lot of goalies. Medium fringe starter, not terrible. Alright, so that is all for this draft. I think that's going to be it for this stream too. A hell of a top of the draft, and then a pretty decent middle of the draft as well. Can't complain overall. But thanks for watching. I'll be here. I probably won't be able to stream tomorrow night because it is Father's Day, and then I might be hanging out with a friend afterwards. The next day I'll be able to stream is probably Monday. So I'll see you Monday night, probably around 8:30ish.